So I Googled terms like good Christian woman and godly Christian wife and came up with some rather interesting pictures. Take this one, for instance. That's a woman trapped in the 1950s who seems to spend almost all of her time in the kitchen with her checkered dress and apron. Or this woman, she might be my favorite. She's covering as much skin as she can, dressed in the drabbest color possible, reading her Bible as always, and she has a giant cross around her neck, which either is keeping vampires or ungodly teenage boys at arm's length. So what's your image of a godly woman? Or what image have you picked up from some maybe well-meaning Christian that you know? Is it like that? Is it a 100% stay-at-home mom who can't lead, needs to clean and cook daily, and doesn't have a career of her own at all? Now, before I go further, I want to make one thing clear. There's nothing wrong with that woman that I just described. For some people, that's both their genuine desire and the way that God has particularly made them to worship and serve Him. But that isn't the only correct image of a godly woman, and sometimes people think that it is. So what's the biblical image of a godly woman? Well, Proverbs 31 is a great passage to go to find out. But even there, some women hear the Proverbs 31 woman and they roll their eyes. They think that Proverbs 31 woman has to be weak, without boldness or opinion or work. But that's not the image that we get at all in the Proverbs 31 woman. You see, the Proverbs 31 woman is one strong, active, multifaceted, and selfless woman. Mostly, though, she's God-fearing and she's wise. So let's go somewhat line by line through Proverbs 31, and we're actually going to have two different videos to cover all of it. Verse 10 says this. It says, "A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies." So first of all, since she's like a ruby, we see that she's rare. She's unique. There's not a ton of these godly women out there sometimes. Not everyone has the character and the wisdom and the godliness and the faith of this woman. And she's valuable, just like a ruby. Not as a possession of her husband, but as a blessing to him, to her family, and to everyone around her. She brings worth and dignity and blessing to herself and everyone, and in all kinds of different ways. Verse 13 and following, look there. It says this. It says, "She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships, bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still night, and she provides for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. She goes out and just purchases it. And out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night." You see, this woman who happens to be married with kids isn't just a great mom and a great wife. She's those things, but she's so much more. She's a businesswoman, making wise purchases and sales. She networks, knowing and getting to know lots of different people in lots of different fields of work and society. She's making real estate purchases. And notice it's with her earnings, not her husband's earnings, her earnings that she decides to plant a vineyard. She works hard. She's disciplined, so much so that she sometimes spends long nights working as that businesswoman. So that's all the time that we have for this one, but check back next week as we finish our look at the Proverbs 31 woman.
Hey guys, we here at Crossing Students hope these videos serve you well. We'll be putting out new videos each week with all kinds of content. So if you have a question about a video or maybe ideas for new videos, make sure to leave those in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.